Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It seems like every single time we talk about Verdansk or Warzone 1, and I use some of the old B-roll footage that I have saved from way back in the day when Warzone 1 was still around, you guys in the comments are always talking about how awesome the game looks and how much you miss being able to experience it. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. I do miss some Warzone 1, and that's why today I want to relive some Warzone 1. I've got more footage saved up that I haven't, watched or looked at in some time, and today I wanted to go through and actually sort of react to this gameplay that I've got saved, talk a little bit about Warzone 1, kind of to spectate what was a gameplay that's now, multiple years old. So some quads gameplay on Verdansk. We're just gonna see what happens. A little bit of a, cut to the action here and there and just talk about it. You already know we had to do the Superstore drop. I don't pull my pistol out though as I'm dropping. It's a mistake on my end. I kind of miss that that's a thing. I understand why it's not a thing anymore. Like, they're trying to knock down the skill gap a little bit. They don't want casual players who are just simply trying to drop into their, POI on the edge of the map to get fried out of the sky by some sweats dropping in. But being able to drop in, I got fried by the guy that you couldn't even see. That guy was so invisible in the background. That is a different thing from way back in the day that I don't think maybe all players remember, is how bad some of the lighting was on Warzone 1 with some of the skins that were like blending in with the shadows. That was a huge talking point forever with Rose. But anyways, yeah, like the whole being able to drop in with your weapon and be able to shoot guys out of the sky, that was so fun. Like when you were next to sweaty players doing the same thing, those sky battles, those airborne battles were so much fun. So this is Black Ops Cold War Warzone. I couldn't remember if this was going to be during if this was MW 2019 or Cold War Warzone, right? But those gulags, they were so different in Cold War Warzone. I still think the OG Prison Showers one was one of the better ones. Jordan, though, Espresso, he survived the landing, so we can drop back at Superstore. This guy's got no ID on behind him. Of course, I'm running the Rose skin. That was when audio was better, too. I think footstep audio was a lot more consistent back then. Still wasn't great. I mean, everyone's been complaining about footstep audio since the dawn of time in Warzone, but you could do it a little bit better back in the day. Look at this loot, dude. Look at how easy it is to go through. I wanted that Milano. I immediately ran up and got it. It's a quick TTK for an SMG that was primarily sniper support. I think I saw the guy bust open the door. Yeah, I did over there. So easy to run through the loot. Quick plate up, you're good to go. The weapons were low recoil. The movement was so smooth. We can just dip, dive, dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge again. You're in and out of gunfights like that. I actually can't get over, like, the loot's spread out. You're not jumbling and fumbling over everything. I can't tell you how many times in Warzone now, like this is a scenario that happens so much when we're playing. We'll drop Rebirth and we'll go to Harbor, and there's the balloon that we take to get up to top prison. And I have my primary out, and if there's any loot on the ground next to that zip line, I'm constantly picking up the loot and not grabbing the zip line, and it's just the most obnoxious thing. Or you squad wipe and you try and pick up like something, some plates or whatever, and you just end up fumbling your weapon a ton. It was a thing to an extent in Warzone 1. Like, there was certainly times when the loot could pile on top of each other, and it was annoying. You're trying to get a self-revive or a mask or something. But I just feel like it's not better now, which is kind of crazy. Arma, dude, it's kind of crazy how this is like multiple years ago. We're rocking the FFAR and the AUG too. Oh, what a loadout. This was the double rifle meta back in the day. I feel like you just don't have iconic metas like this. There was something like, let's not be too nonchalant about it. There were some pretty busted metas and bad metas in Warzone 1. The car mechanics were also so good. There's just a billion things I could talk. That guy phased through the wall. A billion things I could talk about when it comes to how much I enjoyed this gameplay. I don't know why that other enemy, that guy didn't push with his teammate there. He could have gotten in there so quick. I'm doing the BM here. Getting the car to do the finishes. But anyways, when it comes to metas, there were so many bad metas back in Warzone 1. I mean, DMR zone existed. There were some pretty rough ones. Even this one got stale over time, right? Because the M16 and the AUG lasted for so long, and the FFAR was so good for so long. But they had a feeling to them, right? Like the double AR meta, FFAR and AUG here, where you could just nonstop push, be aggressive, and have weapons for all scenarios. Now, you just don't get metas like that. Everything is so one-dimensional. AR, SMG, your sniper support. There's nothing crazy like this anymore. Like, you don't see someone rocking an XM4 and, a Cypher or whatever, right? Like, those kinds of metas, those styles of metas, they just don't exist anymore. It's kind of a bummer. Like, I like, as broken and overpowered and eventually boring as some of these got, They were just different. Maybe that's something that like you in the moment are like, man, can we get some updates, Raven? Can we get the AUG nerfed? But now you look back and it's like, that was a really fun meta, right? Maybe that's some rose-tinted glasses. What's your favorite meta? Let me know in the comments below. Mine will always be either the Grau and the MP5 or the Grau and the MAC-10. I would venture to say that there's probably several thousand of you who found my channel specifically because of the Grau back in the day. My all-time favorite weapon. I miss it. I would be so happy. I would do so many things to have them get that gun back in the game. I would be so happy if they brought it back. Just the style of this gameplay, bro. Being able to confidently push like this. Could see that guy pretty easy. Could fry him with the FFAR. Just you jump in a vehicle, you pop the UE, and you're off to the races. Okay, see, like it was a little too easy to fry that guy at that distance with a burst rifle. But hey, this was Warzone 1 gameplay. You got fried. You did some frying here and there. A lot of vehicle gameplay. Maybe it's because I don't play so much big map anymore, but I just don't feel like vehicles are as involved in Warzone. Maybe that's by design because let's be honest, these new Warzone vehicle mechanics, I'm getting executed. I don't remember that happening. I also don't remember most of this gameplay. Oh, that guy just straight up ducked underneath me. That was crazy. We're all kind of frying. Lazy's got 9 with 94 up. He's using the AMAX. Oh, I'm glad I didn't skip past AMAX MAC-10. Okay, well, it didn't serve him well here, but that was another meta that was just so good. As I was saying, though, vehicle mechanics in new Warzone are just so bad. They changed them with Warzone 2, we know, and they don't feel great now. They haven't been much better throughout MW3 Warzone and BO6 Warzone. Driving mechanics, flying mechanics, everything about vehicles just felt so much more free and loose and fast in Warzone 1. That's kind of something I miss too. As simple as it sounds, you know, just driving mechanics. It was a big deal with how gameplay felt and how you look back on this game. Bunny hopping, I just did a little bee hop. Oh my goodness, I miss this gameplay, dude. I miss this gameplay. My loot didn't fall through the ground like it does every other life right now in Rebirth, right after Season 2. Not sure when this video is going up. This is one that I'm recording now for a rainy day, you know. But like I said, I've posted a lot of Verdansk gameplay lately. And every time I post Verdansk B-roll footage, all you guys in the comments are like, this game looks so much better than current Warzone, or oh, I miss this gameplay so much. So I thought it'd be fun to have a whole video just dedicated to this. If you guys want to see more of this, by the way, I have so many gameplays saved from this era. If you've watched the channel for a couple of years, you might recognize some of them. I think it's kind of funny how I can go back and throw some of these in, and I legitimately remember like, oh, I remember taking this gunfighter, playing with this squad, and like these are memories that are like just core memories locked in now. I don't know if I'm making those with current Warzone, right? Which is so sad to think about, actually. But I mean, hey, if you want to see more like either reaction content to OG Warzone gameplay or whatever the case is, like rating is a great way to let me know you want to see that, or drop me a comment down below. That guy's booking it because he's got the king in my vehicle skin. That was my SUV before, wasn't it? I mean, I'm just gonna go pick up a Lazy or driving into the zone. I'd have to imagine these vehicles could just drive over everything too. Everyone costs $4 grand to buy back. See, that's a good change, I think, in current Warzone. It's easier to get your squad back. From a competitive standpoint, maybe that's viewed as an L change, but for casuals, it's definitely good. It's easier to get your friends back. I try and be objective with my viewpoints on things like that. From like a competitive standpoint, I know why players want a more expensive buy, because they want you to value your life more. But from a casual standpoint, you're just trying to play the game with your friends. No one wants to sit there and spectate the whole game, right? So they obviously want to make it easy to get your friends back. That's why we got the redeploy flares and cheaper buybacks and Gulag and Resurgence and everything now, right? We got a whole squad up at the train tracks in these couple of houses. I remember taking so many fights over here. The same scrapyard building that's copy and pasted all across the map. I'm so dead set on using the vehicle too. I wasn't jumping out, bro. I was running the man over. And then he wasn't happy. Like, I'm just straight up using this FFAR as an SMG too. Easy to pick up that UAV in the floating loot pile. The satchels, 8 plates. So simple. Now we got a satchel for this and a satchel for that and a killstreak satchel that doesn't even work right. With the helo flying over. Turn and burn. Maybe get lucky on the hit. Cracking armor. That's insane that I got a double kill off of that. Just fried him. That's a whole helo that our squad just wiped. Well, 3 out of 4 on a helo that our squad just ripped through from so far away. I feel like in Urzikstan, that team just would have been gone. We got money, so we're probably gonna try and take this guy out. Go buy Corey, Ink Slasher back from this buy station. See ya, Jigsaw. Got a full team in Quarry. Just everything about this map. There are so few spots on this map that I look back on and it's like, man, we didn't have a fun fight there ever. So many spots here, like, that was so fun. I remember so many fun engagements we got into here, or like just crazy shenanigans. We got a jailbreak in this game. Maybe that's why we finished with some high kills. Spoiler alert, I did choose a good gameplay to react to here for this video. Am I gonna get rezzed here, or do I just play for the bleed and get the jailbreak? I actually can't remember with the jailbreaks. Oh, I didn't even get the choice. That enemy team decided for me. You're going through the jailbreak. I had to go pick up the guy that we ran over, all of his loot. Oh boy. What did I get? A Pellington? Was that an RPD? Am I gonna hit anything nice? No. The answer is no. Not even close. I got no ammo either. Like, this is a tough place to fight here. Running up, especially when you don't have your own guns. I got some crummy ground loot stuff. So you drop in the smoke. Yep. Because you are wide open. There ain't no cover here. You got to cross that whole tarmac and hope somebody with an AUG and an FFAR don't spot you, right? Now begins the regain. Was that a launcher out of that chest? Do it the RPD. Little double kill with the ground loot. See, even though this is Cold War Warzone and like the game had been out for a little bit, it's not like everyone was so sweaty. Like there was still a lot of players just new to the game. Now though, it's like you get a couple of days and everyone, the skill based goes into overdrive. I feel like for most of definitely all of MW 2019 Warzone, but then even a lot of Cold War Warzone, it was just people still learning the game. Like by now we had the slide canceling metas, the B-hop metas. There were certain things that players knew, high skill players knew to take advantage of. But it's like, we're running into that squad there, for instance, being able to roll up on them, get an easy little double kill because they just had no idea I was walking in from behind with a crummy ground loot LMG. I feel like nowadays, that's not as common of a thing just because everyone knows the game. And I guess that's maybe something just with the game being out for almost 5 years now, right? Like Verdansk is coming back 10 days after the 5-year anniversary, apparently. Everyone knows the game by now. Like there's so little new every year, even though we have integrations that offer a lot of fresh things. The core gameplay being Warzone, people know what to look for after 5 years. There's only so much that you can continue to learn that's not super niche stuff that maybe an individual integration is offering. We do have a rough push here. How do we get out of this one? Because we got to cross the whole frozen river into whatever this ground war map was. We got no cover. We got to walk into buildings where these guys are holding, zone at our back. Nothing but forest and a train. I don't know why I'd be prone in there. See, this is the thing though, is like now I look back at this and like, how would I approach this engagement now versus how I was thinking about it at the time when this was recorded? Very different because we know about this stuff now. 6 slide canceling. Okay, it's so weird to look back at this too. I know this is so much of me yapping, but I get excited looking at this stuff, reliving this stuff. We think of MW 2019 movement as peak. That slide cancel, I'm going like nowhere. We still couldn't climb rocks here. We can't hardly do it now though either. But that slide cancel, that was like 3 feet. Quick slide up, quick slide up. Now you slide way far with Omni movement and everything. Like I wonder if they brought that back, if that'd be a big complaint from the community of, oh, we don't slide at all. It feels like we're stuck in the mud. Even though this movement is considered like peak Call of Duty movement. Walking up on this whole squad. This UAV's been lasting a minute. Tactically opening the door. You know they're ratting up here. They probably got equipment like crazy. I guess maybe that's why we ran more stuns back in the day, because there was a lot of gameplay like that where you'd have to roll up on a team posted in a building. So you'd have to entry stun, hit them, and then just send it. 17 kills with 43 players up. I mean, that's pace for a really solid game. There's a lot of open space pushing on Verdansk. More than I feel like most people maybe remember in parts of the map like this up by military base. Like, we're running across fields and through the woods, and there's like only a couple of buildings or like mini POIs like this bank and these apartments to my left, and they're height advantaged. You can run up on top of those apps and just overlook the entire field. Or you can run up in the cover and get all these guys rotating out of the house that used to have a buy station at it. They don't have much cover because they got to move with the zone. They got to push against the hill on the other side of the street. And this UE is gonna last for a long time, and I got a backup one too when it disappears. Just play a little Overwatch. This is how Warzone was played. You call in the UE, you see the red dots, you chase, you wipe them, you ping that UE again. All right, another squad in this building. We're going. We had a lot of vehicle gameplay early on in this match. We should have had one now. Dropping the money. I know I'm calming that for probably Corey, who's running up behind me enough to get another UE, I'd bet. We all know we're frying, so everyone in the comms is like, all right, we're just pushing for kills here, chasing red dots. Although this ending is pushing up towards like quarry in the hillside where there's nothing. I mean, there's definitely parts of this map that are less than desirable, right? But you could just have an AUG, and even if you're in the less desirable spot, like in the middle of the street with a squad looking back at you, you just fry. Because you have a gun that kills instantaneously. Now though, unless you're using a sniper and you're getting like a one-shot headshot, you're probably burning a lot more. This is me saying, how did I get hit there? There's a building in front of me. When in reality, I probably just got hit from the left, but it showed the front a little bit more. Like, that's a sniper on a rock. I'm challenging that. No fear, really. Maybe a fear now because I'm running, but you're not doing that now. You know the other person's got a LR762. Corey found out. He challenged the rock. But nowadays, you're just like, I have, you know, an XM4 or an AK or whatever. That guy's got a sniper, an LR762. I'm good. I'm not peeking that heady. I'll go around a different way. They didn't pick me up. I wonder if that was intentional, because they've definitely done that before. This was the banter with the squad. Or if I said, no, I'm good. And I'm looking back at this, and I don't know why I would say, no, I'm good. Maybe I tried to get in, and my square button didn't work. It didn't come back for me, though. What if I was taken out here? I mean, we knew there was nobody on the radar, but this is what I'm saying. Like, moments like that where you're having fun with the squad. Obviously, like, that's why I play Warzone now, mostly. For the shenanigans. Like, the gameplay is just the gameplay. We know what to expect now. Back then, though, it was fresh, and you had the shenanigans. Floating in late game. See ya.
Hit me.
Yes, I did hit him. That AUG just fried. And then they nerfed the AUG, and the M16 meta came right in and replaced it. We got the quarry area too. Ground war maps. Really cool that we got ground war so much earlier than we did Warzone, because I played so much ground war in MW 2019, so I knew all these buildings, knew all the jump spots and little peak angles and everything. And the hillsides where all the tanks would camp, where the zone seems to be pulling, right? Then everybody who was new and was just jumping on Warzone free to play, brand new map, they didn't necessarily know this. So you had that edge from MW multiplayer. I remember so many times being posted in these buildings, and then this hillside was just nothing but sniper glints. That crazy too. I remember like the buy station adjustments. There used to be a buy station just behind me right now on the train tracks, or against the side of that building. I'm pretty sure there's not one in this game. We got 19 kills now with 22 players left up. We had what, 17 with like 43 or something. So this entire squad rotating in, half the lobby got taken out from that point. And I'm pushing. I know I'm going for the 20 kills. I'm sitting there commenting, I don't care. I want kills. I want kills. Y'all got money. That guy jumps in that car, lets me know he's there. Then I can just easy push that. I know he's out of it. See the guy behind the loadie. I get the cover. He's stuck in the middle of the street. Like, that's just tough. It was a level 9. I don't remember the last time I saw a level 9 in Warzone that I didn't immediately think was cheating, right? To be fair, I mean, the cheater situation in this version of the game, not much better than it is now, which is pretty sad. It's another guy. Elevation advantage. He's running over a cliffside. And the AUG just says, I don't care. Me getting into that car right there might have unintentionally saved my life. I don't think I knew that guy was on that left hillside. And if you had the Bertha back in Warzone 1, you knew you were chilling, bro. You could push anything with that Bertha, and they were going to have a hard time hitting you. Even with the double C4s, that was meta. See, that's a crazy push right there, bro. Just running up high grounds on a full squad because I knew I had a car to help me get the entry frag, and then almost use it as mobile cover. 3 out of 4 guys down. We know another guy is right beneath sniping because you could hear him so easy. And there should be a guy, I think, in that house, maybe. I killed somebody with a stun. I completely forgot about that, too. I think they still do like 1 damage, so I think it's possible, but you just don't see people using them that much. Funny that shows up though. So that was what? That was 5 kills there with 10 players down. Like what? 19 with 22 or whatever I just said. Up to 24 with 12 now. This is a wild end game though. I didn't remember that this was ending up here when I clicked on this gameplay. This is one of those spots, like I mentioned earlier, there's so many iconic spots that you remember, oh, I had so many fun fights there. This is a place where like, if you knew Zone was pulling up here, you're like, oh brother, we gotta go fight up in the trees and the hills. It was gonna be rough. You need to hope a team wasn't just like way posted back up here with a mount on the tree. Although, we are just sending it, you know, caution to the wind. In theory, you look at this from a competitive standpoint, these pushes aren't that smart. We're sending it into areas where players probably are in cover and ready for us, but you just did it. I mean, you can do it now too in Warzone. It's just going to cost you. Now we got the high ground. And there's only 1 squad up. It's a 4v2. And if they're stuck low ground here, I mean, they're just chalked. This is something that was a big problem back in Warzone 1 was there were a lot of areas on this map that were elevation dependent, and without portable redeploy drones or the zip lines and stuff, this poor guy is just, he's done. There's no way he could survive this end game unless he somehow had a mask that kept him alive long enough for this zone to pull back his way if he got lucky. I can knock him here and there's nothing he can do, or if he's stuck down there and we know it, there's nothing he could do. And you can still get into some situations like that now in Warzone, but there's also a lot of ways to get out of that or prepare for these situations. Then this guy was just posted on a random rock. He surprised one of us, but you're not getting the 1v4 at that point. And we finish here with 27 kills, almost 8,000 damage. That's crazy. You know how many times in Warzone where I have 8,000 damage and maybe like, I don't know, 12 kills, 14 kills? Lazy and I have 25, 27. Jordan had 17 here. I'll move my face cam so we can see the full scoreboard. So 25, 27, 17, 9, anywhere between 4,000 and 7,000 damage. Those kill counts to that damage just does not, I feel like, exist in modern Warzone anymore. But that's a look back at some classic Warzone 1 gameplay. I thought this would be a fun little, mess around, cool little look back here. If you guys enjoyed the video, a like would be really appreciated. If you're new to the channel, you want to guarantee that on a daily basis, you're in the know for everything going on in COD. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.